Hi there, you guys. Today I'm greeting you right out of my office, McKinney, Texas. You're a Moss fan. So excited to share a message today with you that has been on my heart for a couple of days, and I really think it could be very challenging and encouraging and maybe even possibly life-changing for some of you that are really looking for some answers about who am I doing life with and how is that going to really encourage me. Hey, Jewel and Ansley, good to see you guys. Hi, Erin. I'm just going to give it like 30 seconds or so as Facebook is doing a great job building an audience, and because I want to make sure for those of you that are tuning in live that you catch the whole message, because I think it could be really life-changing. So hi, Leah. Hi, Laura. Good to see you guys. I hope you all having a great day. Sunday afternoon. Let's see, it is 12:30 McKinney time, Texas time. And I have been working a little bit on this message that I want to share with you guys because it really just hit me the other day. Thanks, Jewel. She says, I love your new hairstyle. I woke up like this, you guys. I didn't do anything with my hair. I really do love how she cut my hair, so pretty excited. My kids said, hey, Mom, your hair looks longer coming from your hairstylist. Isn't that amazing? Hi, Julie. Hi, Stormy. Hey, Molly. Okay, so let me get to the message today that I have prepared for you guys today. And the question really is, who is your flock? Who are you doing life with? And do you have a flock? And this message is inspired by watching nature. And you know, I believe that God Yahweh leaves signature, his sign of nature, everywhere around us. And if we just pay attention, we can actually look at nature, creatures, and really learn from that. And so today I want us to learn a lesson from the flock of geese. Okay, so like a goose, and people say, oh, you're a silly goose. They're not silly at all. There's a huge lesson we can take from them. And when geese travel, they always travel in a V formation. And you may have seen them, and you may have wondered, why are they doing that? And every single time a flock of geese flies and the bird lifts up one wing, the other bird lifts up another wing. As a matter of fact, the science has discovered by lifting up the wing, it creates basically help for the other bird. And it increases a 71% flying range for the entire flock. Okay, so the front geese does all the work and they do both wings. And then as they're flying in a V formation, it basically gives them a 71% more range and flying. So they're going to get to their destination faster with a lot less energy. And they're also protected. And why is that? You see, people who share a common goal, who work towards a common goal, who are connected daily, they will get to their destination faster, more secure, and also protected. Now, why protected? And stay with me here for a second, because this is really huge in our day and age where we might not live in a community where we can get together every day. And how we can do this on a daily basis, being in our home, having a busy life as busy moms. When a goose gets hurt, whether it's shot or it gets sick and it falls out of the formation, do you know what happens? 2 other geese go down with that bird that is hurting. They will not leave the side of the bird until either he dies or they stay with the bird until he's healed enough and healthy enough to start flying again. And then what they do is they don't like go on their own. They look for the next group of geese coming by so that they can jump in and be part of it. The other thing that happens is the front goose, when it gets tired, it goes all the way back and it attaches itself to the back and it rests. And then the other bird takes the front range and it starts flying as the leader. So what can we learn from that as humans today? And I thought about that. who are my geese friends? What is the formation that I'm flying with? And, in scriptures in Hebrews 10:25, it says, do not forsake the assembly with really like-minded people who are working towards that common spiritual goal. And, back then, they didn't have Voxer. They didn't have Facebook. They didn't have Facebook groups. They didn't have SMS messages that they can put each other in groups. They had to be physically together in order to be encouraged. So what do I do living in Texas when we moved here 2.5 years ago, and I didn't have the connections that some people have that have lived here for a long time? My connections are in Germany and in Maine, my physical connections. Well, here's the thing, you guys. I have groups that I have either created or that I have joined, and they are my goose friends. We are flying together towards a common goal. For example, I have several different Voxer groups, and if you're not connected to Voxer, it is Voxer. You should definitely download the app and get in there. Because if you want to have a strong marriage, you better be with people that working towards that common goal of having a strong marriage. If you want to raise strong children, then you want to be around moms and dads that raise strong children that are like-minded. I'm talking about the mind, you guys. So what can you do if you live in Texas and, a lot of your strong friends are all over the place, Hawaii and Maine and wherever they are? Well, you know what? Get into a Voxer group and make a decision to be connected every day. I have 2 groups that I get a lot of my strength from, my flying range from. One is a very spiritual group where we are like-minded and we get in there and we're talking and we're exchanging information and we're exchanging questions. And one person might say, hey, what do you think about this scripture? I just read it and it's not connecting with me. And another one jumps in and says, hey, you know what? I just listened to this teaching and I think this might help you. Well, I'm listening to their conversation on Voxer, and guess what it does? It gives me flying range. It builds me up. Okay, so I'm listening to them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to get into this teaching. This person just learned this. And, one particular group, it's between Aaron and Julie and I. And oh my goodness, it is strengthening me. And then one of us might say, hey, I just want to thank you for what you just shared with me. It really built me up as a mom and it makes me want to be stronger. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she just filled my love bucket. She just told me what an encouragement I am. Guess what it does? Lifting my wings, and it's helping me fly stronger. And it's like putting my shoulders back and saying, oh God, I can do this, right? And then I have a business group with like-minded leaders. There's 5 of us in this group, okay? So we're all at the same time in the same range, so to speak. We're heading towards the same goal. We have different lives. There's 2 ladies in there that are pregnant and they have toddlers, and then there's 2 of us that have teenagers, and one is kind of in the middle in there. But because we're in that group together, we have the same goals, we have the same mindset, we also share the same heart. All of a sudden, because we're not connected in business, so to speak, in our own groups, but we found each other, we connected, and guess what? We have created a range now as geese, and we're leading 80 other women in there. 80. And men. There's some men in there. But what happened is, because the 5 of us have aligned with each other, I want you to think about this, right? There's 5 leaders now that are flying. There is now other birds that have connected themselves to us, and they're basically being lifted by the strength that we are creating from the front. Why? Because we're utilizing social media, we're utilizing our technology today for the greater good. Well, guess what? If one of us birds gets tired and maybe deflated because something happens, if you fly on your own, you're going to be down on the ground for a long time, because it's very difficult to lift yourself up when you're by yourself. But if there's 2 others and they're saying, you know what? We're not going to go anywhere until we encourage you enough to get going again. Well, you know what? All of a sudden, my motivation rises to get going again. You think about the animal groups that are going together in flocks and they're fighting for each other's survival. They are so strong. And then you see animals that are loners. They don't go in flocks. They don't really have a group where they're together. They're so easy to be destroyed. So my question today to you is this. Do you have a flock? Do you know where you're heading in life? Do you know your values? Do you know what you want to achieve by the time life is done for you? And if you don't, then maybe you need some life coaching. As you know that I'm starting to really do life coaching sessions, reach out to me and I would love to help you discover your life's purpose. One session could make a huge, huge difference. And I'm seeing that already with the first clients that I'm working with. One session can make a huge difference in just realizing, oh my gosh, I want to go here, but I'm here. How do I get here? And sometimes it takes an outside person to give you those questions and to give you the tools to help align yourself back to your goals. And then figure out, once you have figured out what your real passions are and what your mission is, then you've got to figure out where's the flock. Maybe right now you are a herding goose at the bottom and you see flocks are flying by. And you got to figure out, is that my flock? Where can I attach myself to become the best mom that I want to be, the best dad I want to be, the best spouse I want to be, the best business person I want to be, but not to neglect my other responsibilities. You can't just be one. You're wearing many hats and you got to figure out, what flock can I attach myself to? These groups that I'm part of, you guys, sometimes I wake up in the morning and I just turn on Voxer and there's a whole conversation that I wasn't part of. By the time I'm done listening, I am ready to go for the day because I have now learned and been encouraged and heard other gals let's just share with each other what is going on in their life. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. So just because you're not connected locally, you guys, don't miss out what technology has done for us. The Voxer groups have become one of the best things for me personally to be connected, to stay connected, to give of myself, but also to take. Sometimes I'm flying in the front, and sometimes I'm flying in the back, and sometimes I'm in the middle, and sometimes I'm the bird that's going down with another one and lifting them up and saying, hey, don't give up. Come on, you can do this. And sometimes I'm the hurting one. You know, when my marriage was going through a hard time, there were a couple of birds that said, we're not giving up on you. We will not agree with divorce, and we're going to fight for you. And you guys, if I didn't have those couple of birds with me, and if they weren't there to lift me up and encourage me, I don't know where I would be today. Now, sometimes we also got to recognize the flock that I'm flying with is not healthy. And that's a hard one. That's a hard one to maybe say, maybe I got to step out and I got to wait for the next flock to come around and attach myself to one that truly knows or is aligning where I'm going. The only way you will know that, you guys, the only way you'll know whether or not you're flying with the right crowd is knowing where your end goal is and what your end goal is. What is it that you want to be remembered for? What is it that you want to leave a legacy behind for? And if the flock you're flying with is not encourage you towards that direction, my encouragement for you today is find a different flock to attach yourself to. Figure out who in your life is going to be that goose that's going to go down with you and is going to always lift you up. I have a few flocks I'm flying with, and I really hope that today you will examine your life, examine your heart, and figure out, am I in the right flock? Am I even in a flock? Or am I just totally on my own out there and I don't have a flock yet? And maybe, just maybe, today you will really find the right flock to connect yourself to. So you guys, Voxer is spelled V-O-X-E-R. You will be able to connect with people on there, create groups, and really, really learn what it's like to fly in a group where the range of heading towards your destination can increase by 71%. And that only happens when you are attaching yourself with like-minded people. So you guys, I hope this teaching was helpful for you. Like, comment, and share. That's always what I'm asking you guys to do. If you get something out of this, share it with others, because here's what happens, you guys. Somebody else might be praying for an answer today. And because you share something, it could really be the answer for them. Now, how do you use Voxer? If you need questions, message me. I am actually getting started to create a Voxer group for helping towards parenting and also a marriage group. So if you want to be in that group, find me on Voxer. It's just my first and last name, and let me know, hey, I want to be part of that group. And let's really create strong flocks that will fly towards a common goal, towards a common destination, and to really defeat the enemy that wants to destroy marriage and families. You guys have a fantastic Sunday. Don't ever forget, you are made for greatness, and reach your goal by finding your right flock.